there, booktube. Here I am with part 2 of my Mahoosive Christmas book haul, and this time I'm going to show you things like historical fiction and that sort of thing. So I'll just dive straight in. So the first one I've got to show you is Black Rabbit Hall by Eve Chase. And that's that one, and I'll tell you a little bit about this one. 4 Alton children spend every blissful summer at their family's Cornish home, a house nicknamed Black Rabbit Hall, playing on its sun-baked lawns, building dens in its woods, endless days without an adult in sight. Amber, the eldest daughter, cannot imagine anything ever changing, but no one foresees the storm that will bring it all to a tragic end, turning Black Rabbit Hall into a twisted, unforgiving place that will steal their childhood innocence, a home that not all of the Altons will be strong enough to survive. Decades later, as Lorna winds her way through the countryside in search of a wedding venue, she discovers a disturbing message from one of the Alton children carved into a tree. Will the truth of the dark summer finally creep into the light, or should some secrets be buried forever? So that's just my kind of thing. I love anything with a mystery, with a stately home, a bit like the Kate Morton books, love those kind of things. The next one I've got to show you is the first novel by Lucy Worsley, and this is Eliza Rose. And if any of you know Lucy Worsley, she's an English historian, and she's the chief curator of the historic royal palaces, and she does quite a lot of TV documentaries on history, and I absolutely love her. I've got a total girl crush on her. And so this is a YA book that Lucy Worsley's written, and it follows the story of a young girl who is born of a noble family, and I think she ends up being drawn into the court of Henry VIII. So it just sounds absolutely fantastic. I think it's all about the times of Catherine Howard as well, so I'm really looking forward to that one. So that's Eliza Rose. The next one I've got to show you, which has got the most fantastic cover, is The Silent Touch of Shadows, and that's by Christina Courtney. And if you just look at the cover on that one, it's just so good, the fabulous tree, and it's shiny. And this one says, professional genealogist Melissa Grantham receives an invitation to visit her family's ancestral home. So there you go, it's got me the old family ancestral home, and this is called Ashley Manor. From the moment she arrives, lifelike dreams and visions haunt her. The spiritual connection to a medieval young woman and her forbidden lover have her questioning her sanity, but Melissa is determined to solve the mystery. Jake Precy, owner of a nearby cottage, has disturbing dreams too, but it's not until he meets Melissa that they begin to make sense. He hires her to research his family's history, unaware their lives are already entwined. Is the mutual attraction real or the result of ghostly interference? So there's a bit of a romance in there, a bit of history, a bit of spooky ghost story, so just perfect for me, that one. The next one I've got to show you is Out of the Easy by Rueter Teas. I'm probably not saying that right. And apparently the first novel that this lady wrote was called Shades of Grey, which was really well received. I haven't got this one, but this is the next one. But this is set in New Orleans, and it says, known locally as a brothel prostitute's daughter, she dreams of life in an elite college far away from here. But then a mysterious death in the quarter leaves Josie caught between her ambition and a clandestine underworld. New Orleans is luring Josie deeper in as she searches for the truth, and temptation beckons at every turn. So it just sounds like, you know, young girl from humble beginnings trying to do well and better herself, and like the seedy dark side of New Orleans. So it just sounds absolutely great. The next one I've got to show you is The Shadow Hour by Kate Reardon, and again this has got a fantastic maze on the front cover. Looks great. Bit of a theme you might notice here actually. Harriet Jenner is just 21 when she walks through the gates of Phoenix House. Oh goodness, it's got a stately home in it. Reeling from a personal tragedy, she doesn't expect her new life as a governess to be easy. Oh well, it's got overtones of Jane Eyre there, yeah. Sucked in straight away, but she certainly doesn't foresee the spell Phoenix House will cast. Almost 50 years later, Harriet's granddaughter Grace follows in her footsteps. For Grace, raised on Harriet's mesmerising stories, Phoenix House is a fairy tale, a magical place suspended in time. Now its grandeur is faded, and as the holes start to appear in Harriet's story, Grace finds herself in a place of secrets and shadows, for Phoenix House hides truths about her family, and everything she thought she knew is about to change. So it's just like a fabulous gothic tale, stately home, mystery at the heart of it. Just the perfect thing for me. A little bit dark, a little bit gothic. Now the next one I've got to show you is something I was really excited to get, and this is Belgravia by Julian Fellowes. And if you know Julian Fellowes, and you can see how shiny it is as well, it's beautiful. He wrote and created Downton Abbey, which I am missing so much. One of the things I've loved to do for the last few years is when I've come back from visiting family on Christmas Day is settle down with a glass of wine, my obligatory Terry's chocolate orange, and if you don't have these in the rest of the world then you're really missing out, and the Downton Abbey Christmas special, and I really missed it this year. But so this is the book by Julian Fellowes, and I'll tell you what it says on the back. Julian Fellowes' Belgravia is a story of a secret that unravels behind the elegant doors of one of 1840's London's most desirable addresses, but the story begins much earlier. It's the beginning of the 15th of June 1815, and the Duchess of Richmond has thrown a magnificent ball in Brussels for the Duke of Wellington. The guest includes James and Anne Trenchard, who have made their money in trade, along with their beautiful daughter Sophia. It's a night to remember, but one that is tragically cut short by Napoleon's advance. When the Trenchards move into a fashionable new area of Belgravia, some 25 years later, they are surrounded by some of society's most influential families, but something happened that night at the ball so long ago that threatens their new status, because behind Belgravia's magnificent doors is a world of secrets, gossip and intrigue. Just perfect for me. So yeah, can't wait to read that one. The next one I've got to show you is House of Shadows by Pamela Hartshorn. And again, you can see, I don't know if you can see, the misty stately home in the background there. So I wonder what this one's about. So I'll tell you what this one says. When Kate Vavasseur wakes in hospital, she can remember nothing about the family gathered around her bed or of her life before the accident. A terrible fall from the roof of her home, Askerby Hall. Oh, stately home. The doctors diagnose post-traumatic amnesia and say her memories would start returning, which they do. But these memories are not Kate's own. They belong to Isabel Vavasseur, who lived and died at Askerby Hall over 400 years earlier. Can you see the kind of things I like? There's a bit of a theme. Returning home to recuperate, Kate finds herself in a house full of shadows and suspicions. Unable to recognise her family, her friends, or even her small son, she struggles to piece together the events that led to her accident. But before Kate can uncover the mysteries of the present, she must first discover the truth about the past. Was Isabel's madness real, or was her mistake to trust the one person she thought would never betray her? It does say on the back, actually, Vertigo meets Rebecca in a twisty Tudor time slip. So that just sounds fantastic. So there's that one as well. These are just so good. I just love these kind of books. And the final one I've got to show you in this section is Wolf Winter by Cecilia Eckbach. And that's that one again, another dark, sort of mysterious, atmospheric cover. And this one is about Swedish Lapland. There are 6 homesteads on Blackarson Mountain. A day's journey away lies the empty town. It comes to life just once in winter, when the church summons her people through the snows. Then even the oldest enemies will gather. But now it is summer and new settlers are come. It is their 2 young daughters who find the dead man not half an hour's walk from their cottage. The father is away, and whether stubborn or stupid or scared for her girls, the mother will not let it rest. To the wife who is not concerned when her husband does not come home for 3 days, to the man who laughs when he hears his brother is dead, to the priest who doesn't care, she asks and asks the question, digging at the secrets of the mountain. They say a wolf made those sounds, but what wild animal cuts a body so clean? Oh, that sounds good. So this is set in Swedish Lapland in 1717. So dark, mysterious, gothic, and just a little bit grisly. So that's it for this section of my Mahoosive Christmas book haul. There's a couple of parts to follow and I'll be uploading them very soon. So keep reading. I will see you all soon. Bye!